Hello students, A2 Chemistry, chapter is Electrochemistry, lecture number 12. In this lecture, we are going to talk about some rechargeable batteries that are in your syllabus, and the first rechargeable battery that is in your A2 syllabus, it is lithium ion battery. As you people are aware of the common use of lithium ion battery, it is used in laptops and in mobile sets. Now, first question that can be asked, what is the composition of lithium ion battery? So you must remember, composition means to mention the material of which anode and cathode are made up of, and what is the electrolyte that is used in this battery. So anode in this battery, it is made up of porous graphite. Porous graphite material, it is used as anode, and cathode, it is made up of transition metal oxide. Any transition metal can be used, but most commonly we are using cobalt oxide, cobalt 4 oxide, it is used as cathode. Now both anode and cathode, they are coated with the lithium, they are coated with lithium metal layer. So this lithium metal layer, it undergoes oxidation and reduction during the process of producing electrical energy. Now what is the electrolyte that we use in this battery? The electrolyte that is used in this battery, it is lithium solution, any lithium salt solution. For example, we can use lithium chloride, but this lithium chloride must be dissolved in some organic solvent like ethanol. So this is the composition of the lithium ion battery that we use commonly. Now whenever you are asked to write down the reaction equations, you must be careful. While writing chemical equations, you must look at the question carefully, whether it has been asked to write down equations for the discharge process or recharge process. Since this is a rechargeable battery, so you must know the difference. During the process of discharge, what would happen? Electrical energy is produced, and during the process of recharge, electrical energy is consumed. So I am going to tell you the equations for writing equations for those reactions when the process of discharge takes place, when this battery will produce electrical energy. So it is very simple to remember what happens whenever this battery is undergoing the process of discharge at anode oxidation. So lithium ion, that lithium metal that is coated on the porous graphite, it will undergo oxidation into lithium ion. So at anode, during the process of discharge, lithium that is deposited on porous graphite, it will be oxidized to lithium ion. And what will happen to this lithium ion? This lithium ion at the cathode, the electron, they will reach at the cathode through external circuit, and those electron will be gained by lithium ion, and lithium ion will be reduced to lithium metal, and now that method, that metal, lithium metal, will be deposited at the cathode. So these are the two simple reaction equations that you can remember for the discharge process. Simply remember, during discharge process, lithium at graphite, it is oxidized, and lithium at transition metal oxide, it is reduced. What will happen if ever you are asked to write down equations for the recharge process? Simply you can reverse these reaction equations. Lithium deposited at cobalt oxide cathode, it will be oxidized, while lithium ion will be reduced to lithium at the graphite anode. So you must remember these equations. This is the second type of question that can be asked, and second type of cell that you must remember in your syllabus, it is nickel metal hydride battery. Nickel metal hydride battery, this is another type of rechargeable cell. This type of cell, it is used in digital cameras. It is also used in high drain devices like MP3 players. So these are some uses for nickel metal hydride battery. What is the composition of this type of battery? In this case, anode, it is made up of metal hydride. Any reactive metal hydride can be used. For example, we can use group 1 metal hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydride can be used. Uh, Cathode, it is made up of nickel hydroxide. Nickel hydroxide is used as cathode. Electrolyte, it is potassium hydroxide. KOH. It is used as an electrolyte. So the composition of this battery, it is also very simple. Anode is metal hydride, any reactive metal hydride. Cathode is nickel hydroxide. Electrolyte is potassium hydroxide. Now what reaction takes place when this battery, again it is in the process of discharge, it is producing electrical energy. At anode, oxidation will take place. What equation you can remember for the oxidation? Which element will be oxidized? Hydrogen. It will be oxidized. Hydrogen will be oxidized to produce hydrogen ion, and that hydrogen ion would react with OH ion to produce water. Metal will remain intact and an electron will be lost. This electron, through the external circuit, it will reach at cathode where reduction will take place. Now reduction of which element will take place? Reduction of nickel metal will take place. You can see nickel has been reduced during this reaction. uh, on the left hand side, the oxidation state of nickel is 3 positive. On the right hand side, nickel has got the oxidation state of 2 positive. So during this reaction, at cathode, nickel metal is reduced, while at anode, hydrogen is oxidized. So these are the equations whenever you are asked to write down chemical equations for the reactions of discharge process. If ever you want to write down equations for the recharging process, you can reverse both of these equations. Now these two cells are commonly used, and they are rechargeable cells, so you can remember their relative advantages and disadvantages. They have some common advantages and disadvantages. For example, what are the advantages? They are light, they can produce high voltage, and they have more storage capacity. Okay, as far as disadvantages are concerned, one disadvantage of these type, they are expensive. These type of batteries, they are expensive compared to other cells. Number two, they can discharge at their own. Even if we are not using them, they keep on losing their charge. And one more disadvantage that you can remember, we have some safety concerns for these type of cells, because the metals that are being used in these in the composition of these batteries, they are reactive metals, so they can cause some safety, they can pose some safety troubles. So this is the information, common information for your exams, that can be asked about the composition, about the chemical reaction equations, and relative advantages and disadvantages of these two types of rechargeable batteries. I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.